Hello everyone, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. Today I have some distance learning teacher cards to share with you. So we just finished our first week of distance learning and yeah, that was rough. So I felt like we needed a little encouragement, so I created these cards for my teacher peeps to send some encouragement their way. So to start off, I'm creating a slimline card. So I'm using the scallop die to cut the main panel. Now I cut it in half so that I can have two sides of different colors. I also printed and cut out the teacher and the student little pictures from just a Google search, and then I die cut all the other elements that I would need for my card. All right, so as I said, I wanted this idea of like two homes, right? Two different houses. So that's why I wanted to have two different colored panels, a right and a left. So I'm securing them together so that I can run this through my die cut machine. Now this little heart die isn't going to cut anything out. It's just going to leave a stitching line in the middle. And you'll see it in a moment after I carefully remove it from the paper. So I'm going to take the adhesive remover and remove any of that purple tape adhesive that was left. And here you can see how you have just that little detail of that hard stitching line. Now I'm going to take those two panels apart again. I'm going to remove that purple tape so that I can emboss it. So putting it into this embossing folder. This is the Distress Bricks from Tim Holtz, just to give that, wall texture. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back together now that they're textured, and I'm going to secure them with some Scotch tape. Okay, so now I'm going to take my base card, and this is measures 8.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down that main panel, just like that. And then I'm going to start working on those little pieces. So I am adhering all those little components of the windows together. So I'm taking either the little teacher or the student picture. I am adding some acetate for the window. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the window frame, put it on top of the acetate, put my paperweight to hold it down, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the little window box underneath. Just like that. And so now I have my teacher on the left and my student house on the right. Now I wanted to add a little dimension to these windows, so I am putting some low dimension foam tape on the back just to pop them up just a little bit. So I'm going to add that to the back, and then I'm going to peel off the liner. But here's where I remembered I haven't stamped the sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and not adhere that down. So I'm going to move it to the side and bring in my sentiment. So it reads, the sentiment reads, "For all you do." And it just happened to work beautifully where "for all" was on one side and "you do" was on the other side. So that was a nice quinky dinky. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove the liner from the other window and then adhere it on either side of that little stitchy heart trail. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the little grass border to the bottom edge of the card panel. And I'm going to adjust the little window because it looked a little crooked, but I'm going to bring in my T-square ruler just to make sure that it is even and both windows are on the same level. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remove the liner from the little hearts that I die cut using a Simon Says stamp heart dies. And then I'm going to pop that right in the middle of that little heart stitch trail, just like that. And I think that's a very sweet little detail. I love that. Okay, so now I decided I wanted to add these little bunnies to my card. Mainly because at my school, there's like this little family of bunnies that, happens to come onto campus and just go around the different, grassy fields and things. So I think that when my friends see them, they're going to kind of remember our little bunny family that comes to visit us on campus too. So I colored them in with Copics really simply, nothing fancy, because I had a few of them to color. So I first die cut them and then colored them in to make sure that I wasn't going to mess them up when I went to die cut them. So I put glue on the back of the little bunnies. There it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach them in between the little blades of grass so that they're looking up like they're saying, hey, what's going on in that window? So just like that. It's a little nod to our little bunnies at school. So I'm going to go ahead and add those little bunnies to all the cards. All right. Now that those are done, I'm going to work on the inside. So I'm stamping the sentiment that says sending long distance hugs. And this came from that free stamp set from Fawn Summer Release, which I knew would come in handy. So I'm stamping little hearts that also came in the same stamp set on the hugs. So on the end of the S and then on the H, the little tail. And that is it. The card is done. So for all you do, sending long distance hugs, because we all need a long distance hug at the very least right now. And these are a couple that I had made just to try different things, but in the end I felt like this design suited what I was kind of envisioning much better. So here's the teacher in her Zoom call with her students, and the student thumbs upping it's going okay. And here's the inside, and it look at all the cards. So I'm going to get ready to put these in snail mail and send them to my friends. Hopefully it makes them smile. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. Stay safe, everyone, so I can get back to my classroom. Until next time, bye.